This video is on the t-test. The t-test is used for two sets of data that are measuring the same thing and only applies to normally distributed data. You need to be able to do a one-tailed and two-tailed tests in the IB for the AISL course. To set up null and alternative hypothesis, the null hypothesis is that the two means are equal. So the mean of the first set of data is equal to the mean of the second set of data. The alternative hypothesis is that the two means are not equal. And you can have a two-tailed or a one-tailed. So a two-tailed is when the two means are not equal. A one-tailed is when we're looking at if one mean is greater than or less than the other mean. To calculate the test statistic on your calculator, you're going to enter the data in the spreadsheet. Then you follow these steps. So you go menu, statistics, stat test, two sample t-test. It'll come up with a box there where you need to select that the data input method is data. In the next screen that pops up, select your data for the columns. In the alternative hypothesis section, either select a two-tailed or one-tailed that matches your alternative hypothesis. Make sure pooled is yes and then press enter and the values will appear. When we're comparing in a t-test, we compare the p-value to the significance level. So if the p-value is greater than the significance level, we accept. If it's less than, we reject. First example, Mr. Arthur gives his two chemistry groups the same test. He wants to find out whether there is any difference between the achievement levels of the two groups. The results are here. Write down the null and alternative hypothesis. So first of all, the null hypothesis, and that is that the two means are equal. And you can use X, you can use this symbol of the mean, you choose. So the mean of data group 1 is equal to the mean of group 2. The alternate hypothesis, as we're not told about looking at if one is greater than the other, it means it is just a straight that the first mean does not equal the mean of the second set of data. Part B, find the t-value and the p-value for a t-test at 5% significance level. So I'm going to go to the calculator and show you how to do that now. So on the calculator, I have already put in all the data. So group 1 is in the first column here, and the group 2 data is in the second column. On our calculator from here, we go to menu, statistics, stat tests, and then number 4, the two sample t-test. We leave the data input method as data. Then our list 1 is in column A, our list 2 is in column B. And if we go to the alternative hypothesis here, our alternative hypothesis, they are just not equal, so we leave it as it is, and we changed pooled to yes. You'll see here we have our information. So our t-test value is negative 0.2349, our p-value is 0.816. And now we can do our comparison. So from the calculator, we found that our t-value is negative 0.235 and the p-value is equal to 0.816. C, write down the conclusion. So our p-value, which is equal to 0.816, is greater than the significance level, which is 5%, so it's greater than 0.05. When we have that, then we accept the null hypothesis. So therefore, we will accept the null hypothesis. Example 2. An oil company claims to have developed a fuel that will increase the distance travelled for every litre of fuel. 10 scooters are filled with 1 litre of normal fuel and 10 scooters are filled with 1 litre of new fuel. The distances in kilometres travelled on the 1 litre by each scooter are as follows. Write down the null and alternative hypothesis. So once again, nice and easy, the null will be that the means are equal. So the mean of one is equal to the mean of the other. Now for our alternate hypothesis, see in the question here, this oil company claims to have developed a fuel that will increase the distance travelled for every litre of fuel. So it's saying that the new fuel will go further than the old fuel. So in that case, it's going to be a one-sided t-test. And we're wanting to say that the original fuel, the mean of the original fuel, will be less than the mean distance of the new fuel, because that's what the company is claiming. Part B, find the t-value and p-value for the t-test at the 5% significance level. Once again, I'll go to the calculator and show you how to do that one now. Once again, I've already put the data in here, so our original fuel data is in the first column and our new fuel data is in the second column. Same steps as before: menu, statistics, stat tests, to sample t-test. Our data input method once again is data. Our first data is in column A, second data in column B. This time though, our alternative is that the mean of the first one is less than the mean of the second one. Pulled yes, and then OK. And you'll see here from this one, our t-value is negative 2.83 and our p-value 0.00561. And now we can do our comparison. And then we have found that the t-value was equal to negative 2.83 and our p-value is equal to 0.00561. Then we want to compare, so our p-value is 0.00561, and we're looking at the 5% significance level, that is less than 0.05, therefore we're going to reject the null hypothesis. So in this situation, it means that we will be accepting the company's claim that the new fuel is better than the old fuel. And that is a t-test.